to my channel. I'm using my new glasses. I'm getting used to this whole new glasses situation. I decided to sit down today and make this video. It's been a really long time that I've been wanting to do it. I'm sorry if you hear a noise. It's my little girl. She's right here on the jumper roof and she doesn't want a nap, so I just decided to really film this video because it's been a long time. She's already 10 months old and just want to share my experience with you. With my first one, I shared the experience I think when she was 6 months old, and with my baby girl, well, it took me 10 months to actually film this video. So, but I remember pretty good. I just want to share with you, with her, the birth, my birth story with her is, it was way easier than with Nathan. Giving birth to her was easier, faster, but it was, afterwards it got a little bit more complicated towards her. So let's just begin with the fact that baby girl came a month earlier. She was due on February, but it started getting, my hands started itching, my belly started itching, my feet started itching, and to Jeremy, oh my god, I feel weird, everything itches, and it was worse at night. So thankfully I was getting okay, with Naomi, since it was my since I got pregnant with the IUD, I was people were coming, well, the doctors were coming to the house to check on me, check on the baby, and I was very well followed by my doctors. So I believe that when the itching started, I saw the first doctor like the same day, like the day after, because it started at night. And I talked to her about it, and she said, okay, well, sometimes you can have this condition, but you have to get a prescription to get blood tests done. And I believe I had an appointment 2 days later with my gyno. So nothing. She said if it's not too bad, it may not be like a big deal. Don't worry about it. Relax. She started checking. She checked if I had contractions, because I had some contractions, early contractions with her, but nothing major. Like I had to like just relax a little bit and do not like overdo myself. But this general, like, it wasn't a big deal. So I go to this meeting with my doctor, and he prescribed some medication to stop the itchiness, but he also told me to take the blood test. He told me it could be bad for the baby if I continue my pregnancy. So if the levels are high, I may have to go in labor, and then they will have to induce me, and I will have to give birth to her. He checked me. My cervix was already like getting shorter because I was having contractions, like I said, and my cervix was already like shorter. So he just scoped me. He checked, and he said we will wait if these meds don't work, and we will wait for the results, the blood test. So I just waited. I got the blood test 2 days later, because I took them late after the appointment, so it took 24 hours. Yeah, I believe it took 24 hours for me to get the results. I called the lady that comes to the house, which is a midwife. She would come to the house every week to check me and everything. So I called her and he said, look, I got the results, they're at this level. And I would be checking online, because I started panicking because I was waiting for my mom. As you know, my babies are 20 months apart. And I was worried to see who was my baby boy, well, he's a toddler now, gonna stay with while I was in labor, because Jeremy would want to be with me for the whole process, and I would want him to be there too. So I would be worried. What I was most worried about was who my baby boy was gonna be with. I think I'm gonna take off my glasses. Yeah. Uh, I can barely see the screen. Okay, so okay, that was my worry. That my mom was gonna come, but she was gonna come in February. She already asked for her time off at school because she works at Montessori school. But okay, everything was like already planned for her coming on February. My mom would be coming a week before the labor, before my due date. So I didn't want to tell anything to my mom about. Also, in that period, it was very hard because my grandma was at the hospital very sick, and we knew she was gonna pass away, which she did. She passed away, but I didn't want it to worry my mom about me having to go to labor earlier. I only called and talked to my dad. When the midwife saw the results, let me just tell you what it was. I had the cholestasis, which is a condition where the bile cannot flow from the liver. So I know it was a liver thing. You know, the liver filters your blood and filters all the toxins, and that wasn't working. You only get this when you're pregnant. It happens only when you're pregnant, and I had, well, this why it was bad for the baby, because since my blood wasn't getting filtered, she may get some toxins. And it was only a month. Well, what the doctor told me, the midwife, she said, don't worry about it because the baby's lungs are already like well developed. She's only a month. She only had a month left on my belly. So I was like, I mixed feelings because, like I said, my grandma was in the hospital. We were moving at that time. We were moving. We sold our house. It was like a lot going on. Also, my dog had passed away. It was just a mix of everything, and I think that did not, like, just all the stress and everything did not help with the situation. So I said okay, and I started, like, when I got the results, I was really cramping. I started feeling like a lot of cramping, and I called. Well, the midwife called the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, I'm gonna induce her on Friday, which it was gonna be like I got the results on Wednesday. He said, okay, I only have a spot here on Friday. He couldn't induce me that day because he didn't have a spot, or I don't know exactly, but he said, okay, he was gonna induce me on Friday, which we already had set that date on Friday when I first came before the results. We didn't set the date, but he said if anything happens, maybe you will have to come in on Friday and I will have to induce you. So I kind of knew that was the time period he would have, like the date he would have. We didn't set it up, I just knew. So when she called him and everything happened, they said, okay, you'll come see him on Friday, and you will come at 7 a.m. and you will get induced. Fine, I got the results in Wednesday afternoon. I started crying. I called my husband and said, look, I'm gonna get induced on Friday, so we have to talk to the daycare and see if Nathan can come and stay the whole day, and hopefully she'll be born by 4 p.m., which is the time to pick him up. Or 5. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm talking about you. Or 5, yeah, I think he could stay until 5. That's the latest. So baby girl is a little mad. And then I'm gonna have to stop the video right here, and maybe I'll come back. What happened, mi amor? Okay, I put her back in and put the music on. Let's hope that I can wrap this up and finish this up. Okay, so Okay, so I told them, I called my dad and I told him this is what's happening. He knew exactly that I was just waiting for the results. He knew everything, so I told him, look, I'm gonna give birth to baby girl on Friday. They're gonna induce me. It's not good for her, so I know it's not ideal, but this is what has to be done for her to be good and for everything to go how it's supposed to be. Good. Can I finish filming? Yeah? Yeah? Sorry guys. So, sorry, I don't know how good this is gonna be. So yeah, everything was planned, and I was getting crampy, and the midwife came to check for to see if I have like contractions, and I was having contractions, but they were not major. So okay, everything went fine, and the next day on Thursday we took Nathan to daycare. And we were gonna buy stuff because my mom was coming on, well, my parents were coming on February, but nothing was ready since we were moved, so we had to buy like stuff for the bedding stuff, and just stuff. So, and it was at the same time it was Jeremy's day off, so we kind of used it for that. We dropped Nathan off. Well, actually, Jeremy dropped Nathan off, and I remember thinking, what if this is the last time I say bye to Nathan before we have another, like not the last time, but the last time him being the only one in the car with us and everything. I just thought about it, and we went to actually, and in the new house they were putting the AC, they were like doing stuff, so I also wanted to like leave, and we wanted to buy everything. And I remember thinking, oh my god, I feel weird. I feel weird. We got home, we bought everything, we got home, I went to the bathroom because I had to pee, and okay, I went to the bathroom because I had to pee. Then we sat down to take. Okay, guys, no, this cannot continue. I'm gonna take her out. Okay, so I took her out. She's here with me. The camera is a little high, so you won't be able to see her fully, and her hair is a mess. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so yeah, I went to pee because I had to pee, and then I sat down. We were taking. You're showing everybody the phone. You took the phone. Okay. We sat down because we were gonna take breakfast, and I told Jeremy, okay, I think I'm in labor. He's like, what? Well, I told him no, I didn't tell him I think I'm in labor. He said, I think my water broke. He's like, are you serious? I said, yes, I think my water broke. Let me just go to the bathroom and make sure about that. Because I know you have to like stand up and see if there's really water coming out. And this time was different because with Nathan, when my water broke, like maybe this is TMI, and I'm sorry if I'm discussing it, but it's also my birth story, so it's kind of TMI, and maybe people will get disgusted. I don't know. Well, the whole thing is that when my water broke, like I know a lot of water was coming out, and it was continuously. But with this little girl, it was just bits and bits of water, and I'm like, it cannot be like I told Jeremy, either my water broke or I just peed myself, but I had just come from the toilet, so no. So I called the midwife and I told her, okay, I'm not sure, how could I be sure? And she's like, is it clear? And I said, yes, it's clear, but it's not coming out constantly. And she's like, just to be safe, just go to the hospital. So I said, okay, Jeremy, we have to go. We have to go. She said, we have to go. I think I had everything ready because I kind of felt it even before I got the appointment for Friday. I had everything ready because I I don't know, I just had everything ready for the hospital. But since we weren't sure, I think I only took my stuff. Yeah, I think I only took like all the paperwork from like all the echoes and everything for her, and just my insurance and everything. And it's funny because I had to enroll on the clinic a month before, and I came 2 weeks before that, like for my appointment when I went to see my gyno. I just went to enroll, and the lady said, "But weren't you due in a month?" And like, yeah, but I just my water broke now, huh? So she's like, okay, we'll take care of the paperwork, whatever. The lady came and checked if it was really, like, they do a test to see if it's really the amniotic fluid or if it's just something else, fluids or pee. So she checked and she's like, yeah, it is, your water broke. We're gonna keep you. You're not gonna be able to leave. You're gonna stay here. So that was at 11 a.m. I believe, yeah, 11 a.m. So Jeremy stayed with me, but then it was time for him to go because he had to pick up Nathan. And the lady said it could happen today, but I don't think it would be able to happen today. She's not having that many contractions, and she's gonna get induced tomorrow morning. But we're gonna call the gyno to see if he wants to induce her now instead of tomorrow, because that was on a Thursday. And since we already had the date to get induced on Friday morning, then she just wanted to know if we just get the I don't remember what the name of that medication they put to like accelerate the contractions and accelerate the whole process. Let me see if I can Google it. Oxytocin. Yeah, oxytocin. Yeah. So okay. So and I know this medication because I had that with Nathan. Even though my water broke, they still put oxytocin to speed the process of the contractions and all, like getting that dilated faster, I think. So yeah, it makes your contractions stronger, and it just accelerates the whole natural process. So I said, okay, well, Jeremy had to go. We kept in touch. I had my phone. He came back from daycare with Nathan in the afternoon, asked me how it was. I actually was sharing a room. We asked for a private room, but that day they didn't have a private room, and it was just to sleep in and just to monitor me. And so she dropped my phone. So I was sharing a room, and I remember not wanting to share a room because I just wanted my privacy, and I don't know. I guess I'm not social, so I just didn't want it to share a room. And honestly, I think it was good because the lady that I was sharing the room with, it was her first baby. She was getting induced too because her baby, she was already at 41 weeks, past 41 weeks, and she was in pain. So yeah, I think I was there to reassure her because it was my second baby, and it was good company, I guess. We were able to talk, we were able to calm each other, because I was also thinking what was going to happen with Ethan and how he was going to react, and I didn't see him, and it was like this mixed feelings. So when Jeremy came to the hospital, went to the clinic with Nathan, Nathan was scared for some reason, and I just hugged him. The last time I saw him, before Naomi was born. So they went to the house. We kept on talking with Jeremy, texting, and telling him how everything was. I wasn't getting violated. So we were just gonna wait. Oh, hey, cranky girl. it was just gonna be like waiting, and then wait until 7 a.m. and see what happens. So he, at the same time, he already, when he picked Nathan up at daycare, he's playing what was going on. So they said it's okay, that he can drop them off whenever he wakes up, and then until 5:30 they'll keep him. So okay, the night passed by. They came to monitor me. Everything was fine. That her heartbeat was okay. Everything was good to go. But I wasn't getting dilated. I was getting contractions, but they weren't that regular, and they were not that strong. So at 7 a.m., while I was ready, I think I woke up at 5. I don't think I even slept. I was like the whole night turning, tossing, and thinking of Nathan and thinking of everything. And this came, I was ready with everything ready. I think I have pictures of me just waiting and and waiting. So I will look for them. I will look for them and just add them here. So they come at 7. No, they come at 6:30 to take me down, to prep everything. And she said, I remember the girl saying, okay, so we're going to bring everything. We're going to bring the medication, the oxytocin, and you're going to get induced, and let's have this baby. And I said, yeah, we have to have this baby before 4. She's like, oh, you're in a hurry. I said, yeah, because my husband's going to be here. And then after she's born, he has to get out of here and pick my other baby up. And she was laughing. She's like, okay, I'm going to tell everybody that this baby has to be born before 4, blah, blah, blah. I said 5 the latest. 5 the latest. Yes. 5 the latest. Yes. So everything was going. They put the oxytocin, and I was laughing, I was smiling, I was talking to the ladies, to the nurses, to everybody, and they're like, okay, hold on. How are you like this okay with like your contractions are high? And I said, well, it was written in my chart that my pain level is high. My pain tolerance is high. So they're like, yeah, but this is not okay. This is not okay. She's like, okay, I'm gonna check. Because maybe your water didn't break completely, it just ruptured, or maybe just opened a little bit, but not everything, and that may be why the person. I'm sorry, guys. Naomi stopped the camera with her little finger. She was able to stop it. No. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So she said you are dilated. I was dilated at 5, I believe. Yeah, I was already at 5, and she's like, there's no way that you're this okay. So she checked, and she's like, okay, yeah, it's not open. I have to break it for you. I have to like go in and break it. Do you want me to break it now, or do you want me to call the anesthesiologist and get the epidural? Before, because now the pain is gonna go like this and everything is gonna speed up, and it may be too late. It may be too late for you to get the epidural afterwards. And with Nathan, I did not I got the epidural, but it didn't work because they didn't put it right. So I did not get the medication, so I felt everything, and I was kind of afraid of feeling that again. Also, Jeremy came around 10, and I asked him what does he think, and he came a little bit, 10:30, 11 a.m. almost, because he had to drop Nathan off at daycare and stuff. So yeah, hold on a second, I'm gonna give her something so she can play with. And And he said that I should have it, and also I think I was scared, and I just wanted to be okay and have a better experience, I guess, this time. So I said yes. They called the anesthesiologist, and they said, okay, we're gonna prep her. Jeremy had to get out of the room for them to like give me the epidural. It took them a long time because of my hernia. I have a herniated disc. Even though it's low, she said my back is a little complicated. So yeah. So she had she tried. They put it in, and they said, okay, everything is in. The medication's not there yet. Somebody will come to put it in, but like they already had put all the, I don't know, like all the stuff. It's just to get injected the medication. Said okay, so the lady came, boom, she broke my water, or she pierced it. I don't know. She broke it, and I said okay, well, let's just wait. I started to get contractions. Wow, I remember. Oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, my midwife told me, I remember my midwife said, okay, if you can't handle the contractions, just go like this, side to side, like a baby, side to side. And that is supposed to help with the pain. Or get up and grab something. And I remember she said, okay, the baby has to calm down. So I don't know why now you give birth later. That does not help the baby calm down. So if the baby is up high and you're already dilated, you have to sit down. Sit down or get up and get the baby down. And I think the Yomi wasn't completely down, but still I wasn't completely open because of the whole water breakage problem. I didn't like. There was still like a balloon, and I remember when she broke. This is also TMI maybe, but when she broke it, when she actually broke it, she pushed my belly. Everything came out, and when I heard everything, it's like shh. So I started laughing, and the more I laughed, the more I would push stuff. So the more water would come out, and we were like laughing with her. And she's like, and my husband Jeremy was like, did you break it? I'm like, didn't you just hear this whole thing? And we were just laughing with the lady because she was like, what, is he like somewhere else? So yeah, it was I don't know, it was funny because every time I would laugh, everything will come out, and she's like, okay, this is when everything will speed up, this is the process, blah blah blah. It was already what, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. I don't know the time. I don't know the time because everything like went by and passed by like so fast, I think. And I remember that when she left, she's like, okay, I'm gonna go call your husband. I said, yeah, call him, because he was already out. He went, actually, I think he went to eat because he was hungry. And since they told him that it was gonna take long because of the epidural, he wanted to get food. But I was getting my contractions. The lady left, and I called her, and I said, can you please call my husband? She's like, yeah, sure, everything fine? I said, yeah. While I was like dying because the contractions were hard, and I was moving, I was sitting down. I wasn't lying down, I was sitting down at the edge of the bed, and I was moving back and forth, and every time I'll know, there it is, another contraction coming. And I called her and said, listen, I think I need the medication. I'm getting the contractions. She's like, okay, you're really feeling? I said, yeah, they're really hurting. She's like, okay, let me check. Okay, you are at 7. Let me call the lady, the anesthesiologist or the nurse that takes care of the anesthesia to get injected, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I don't know what happened this time. She went to see the anesthesiologist, and at the same time she went to look for my husband to tell him to come in. She came back and said, okay, the anesthesiologist is coming. I said, yeah, but what about my husband? She's like, everything fine? I said, yeah, I just want him here. She's like, okay, let me just tell her to come. She left. Jeremy came in, and I'm like, call somebody, I have to push. He's like, what? I said, yeah, I have to push. I can't hold this. I can't hold this anymore. And he called the lady, and the lady came in and said, I have to push. He's like, no, wait, what happened? It happened in like less than 5 minutes. Everything just went like boom, fast. She's like, no, you can't push now. I said, but I have to. She's like, no, you cannot push now. we have to get the whole bed ready because I still like the bed wasn't completely open because I still can't sit on it. So they lay me down, they put my legs up, and she's like, okay, you ready? I'm like, yeah. So they're like calling the guy now. The guy was answering. I'm like, I have to push, guys. I have to push. And I pushed one time. The lady's like, okay, wait for the other contraction. I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this. I started freaking out. I don't know what happens to me when I have to push. And I just feel that this is not happening. I cannot do this. My husband is like, you can do it. And she's like, okay, breathe. You can do this. Breathe and push. So I breathed, I pushed. It was the second push. And she's like, okay, let's wait for the other contraction. I said, no. I'm not waiting. Because since I didn't have the epidural, I felt her. And I felt she was half there. I don't know how to explain this. I felt her coming out and I felt she was halfway there. I don't know if it was her arms. I don't know if it was this part. I don't know what it was. And she's like, she's almost out, but we have to wait for the next contraction. She said, no, I have to push her again. I have to push her. I have to. And she's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So I took breath and I pushed, and she was out. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was amazing because compared to Nathan, in 3 push, she was out. I went down. I was able to grab her out, and it was just my little miracle. It was amazing. That feeling was amazing because even though I was hurting because I felt everything that was going on. You took my Post-its. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Even though I felt everything, and even though I guess even though I felt everything, it was kind of good because I knew exactly when to push it. I knew what to do with her, and it was instinct to get up and grab her from the nurse, that I grabbed her and put her. I opened this. I don't know. I opened it. I put her here, and she was born, this little girl. And it was amazing because it was so fast and easy. And the lady is like, guess what time it is? I said, I don't know. It's not even 4:30. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you put a time, you did it. She is born. And she was born. Yes, you were born. So of course the whole thing, they took her to clean her. I had everything ready. Jeremy was able to carry her, and then he called to see if he could come at 5:30 to pick up Nathan. So they said yes, and I was like mixed feelings of I'm so happy, I'm so glad I'm with my baby girl and she's born, but at the same time I was thinking of Nathan. And Jeremy went to pick Nathan up. I stayed downstairs because I had to go down to figure out if there was more blood coming out, the whole process. But everything was fine. We went up to our hold on a second. Okay guys, I'm sorry. Let's try to wrap this up. I've been looking at all the times I've stopped it, and every single one is around 10 minutes. So far it's already been 30 minutes. I don't know if you are gonna watch it all the way to the end, but let's hope for it. So Jeremy took care of Naomi. She's actually napping right now, and you may hear the TV because Nathan is here, and you may hear him talk. So I don't remember where I was at. I think oh yeah, she was born, and Jeremy went to pick up Nathan, and they came back to say hi to us. No, actually, they didn't come back. Jeremy stayed with Nathan, and they came the next day because it was a Saturday. Yeah, she was born on Friday, so it was a Saturday, and they came back. They came in the morning. That was when Nathan met Naomi. he didn't want me to have like hug him or carry him. He wanted to be just with his dad, and it's understandable, I guess. And when Naomi would be trying to feed because I was breastfeeding, he would come next to me. But other than that, he didn't want it too much. I wanted to kiss him, I wanted to grab him, but he didn't want it that. So, okay, that was the first day when they first met. I'm gonna put some pictures. I have pictures of the first day when they met each other. But and that afternoon, they took a test for Naomi. It was to see if she has the jaundice. Okay, she could have every baby has the jaundice, the little yellow. It's normal, but Naomi's levels were too high. So if you actually hear her, she's not actually napping. She's gonna cry for a little bit because she needs to nap. So yeah, so her jaundice levels were very high, and they told me that we may need to do some blood tests, and depending on the levels on the blood test, because the test is by a blue light that they put on the forehead, the cheeks, and right here, and it was on the machine was too high, so they wanted to make a blood test, get a blood test, and find out if she would need to go to the preemie section. She was a month old, but they didn't think it was gonna be that much difference. So either we could stay there or we have to go to the preemie section. When the blood test came in, it was late afternoon, and they told me I had to go move to the preemie section because the levels on the blood was very high, and she was going to need to be on the UV light, like an UV bed. Jeremy had to go, so I went by myself upstairs because he's on the third floor, and they had a room for Naomi and for the blue bed, which I will add some pictures of it. And to make everything shorter, we had to stay on the preemie section for 2 weeks, 15 days to be exact. Naomi had really high bilirubin levels, so her blood was okay. I'm O positive and Naomi is O negative. She got the blood type of her dad, so her O negative blood cells were fighting against the blood cells, my blood cells that went through the umbilical cord and everything on her body. So they were trying to kill each other, and that was why she was getting yellow, and that was why everything was so high, and we just needed to level them out because Naomi was losing weight and very lethargic because of this whole situation. So we stayed on the preemie section for 15 days. I cannot tell you guys how hard and difficult this was for me because I wanted to be with Nathan. I wanted to go back home. I wanted my baby girl to be healthy, and I didn't want to see her on that bed because I will know that every time it was for 3 hours. And every time she'll be crying, she'll be uncomfortable at that bed. It was hard to see her because every time I would want to take her out and feed her, and that was the first time. The first time she had the blue light. I guess the girl wasn't super nice because I told her I'm breastfeeding her, so she's gonna need to breastfeed more often, and because she's in the blue light, she's dehydrated. That dehydrates them. And I did all my research, and obviously I would be asking. I will not make my decision just by what I read on the internet. It was just what it was. So the girl did not want me to take her out. That was in the middle of the night because everything started at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. I don't even remember. So it was the whole night like that. She was supposed to stay there for 3 hours, but we had to stop it several times because she wanted to eat. And I'll be trying to feed her. The lady wanted to give her formula. At the end, I had to give her formula, even though I didn't want it that, because I knew I wanted to breastfeed her, and it was complicated. So the first night was a little complicated for all of us, I guess. And every time they will come, every time they'll take blood tests, it was hard. It was just hard, the whole thing. But I think that the fact that I stayed there for 15 days helped me with my breastfeeding, because now she's 10 months and I'm still breastfeeding her, so that helped me. And obviously it was better for her to be in there. Everything got better. She's grown, she's all big now, and yeah, everything went fine. So that's why I said when I'm telling you guys about my birth story, the birth was super easy. It was fast, easy, and compared to Nathan, nothing to compare. It was like amazing, even though I didn't have the epidural, like the anesthesia, but perfect, because since it was so fast, I wasn't really in that much pain for that long, compared to Nathan, that was a 20-hour labor. So yeah, everything was fast and easy with her on the labor, but it was just afterwards, since she had this little bilirubin levels high and all this process to like level them out, and it was a little just complicated. After we came home, after 2 weeks, we came home. It was a little bit hectic because Nathan was sick and I couldn't be with him because he had the flu, I believe. Yeah, he had the flu. He was throwing up and everything, and I was breastfeeding, so I couldn't be too much with him because then Naomi would have gotten sick. So it was a little complicated. My parents got here. It was good, but at the same time hard because Nathan got the chicken pox. So it was a little complicated after, like, for Nathan, for everybody, because I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Then I come back home. We come back home with a new baby, and then he gets sick. He gets the flu, and then he gets the chicken pox. So the first month, I guess, was complicated for us, but then afterwards everything went good, and now like they play together. They're not on the same schedule yet. I'm trying to get them on the same schedule, but we will see. Everything is fine now. And after this video, I promise I will do a 10 months update if you guys want. So just leave a comment down below. I'm sorry for the lighting. It took me so long to make this video, so everything is super dark now. I'm so sorry. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful afternoon. Thank you. Thumbs up.